A good dialogue system can often be the make or break for an RPG. If the player is able, at their core, to experience themselves through their character's dialogue,
He is fashionable and fashionably late as always. Say hi, Bruce.
Hi, Bruce.
that in my opinion, you have done one of the most important steps into making a strong, high quality RPG. Because in my opinion, you can have as much forced character customization as you want to make your character look as inhuman as you can. Or you can have a weight system that is so annoyingly in-depth, it wants to make you smash your PC. But if your dialogue system is bad, or even shallow for that matter, I think you are at a significantly larger disadvantage for making a great in-depth RPG. But now of course you may be wondering, what actually makes a so-called great dialogue system, and why is it so important anyway? In this video I want to tell you why Fallout 4's dialogue system sucks.
The hell with that. Do it yourself. We're not fighters. We're scientists. We'd be no match for one of those creatures. I know it's a lot to ask, but please at least consider it. You might well be the only one here who can do this job.
And takes away from all the other Fallouts that came before it. But to do that, you need to understand one thing: why a dialogue system is so fundamentally important for a good RPG such as Fallout. Fallout is a game where in the beginning, the player has always been allowed to do whatever they wanted within reason. You play as a vault dweller, or, well, at least in most cases you play as a vault dweller. In one case you play as a random courier. And that's the best game they have. You often know little of your character's background information or past, how they act or how they have behaved. So when you finally get to leave that said vault for the first time, it should be rightfully your choice in how that said character does act and behave. Faced in a crisis, do you lash out at the people around you, hurt people or even kill them? Do you question them, evade their questions yourself, or maybe open up to them, be honest, be kind, and even help them in crisis? RPGs such as The Witcher 3, Baldur's Gate 3, and even Avowed are all great examples of a great dialogue system being created, where the player can make sex jokes about their companions, where the player can talk their way out of certain death through not fighting, and even in The Witcher's case, where you do actually play as a character with more of a fleshed out background and story, you can choose to be as mean or as kind-hearted as you want. All of these things you can do, all are made possible because of each game's in-depth dialogue system, and help the RPGs to allow you to express yourself through your character as much as you possibly want. But what makes Fallout's dialogue system in the first place so good and so different to other games' dialogue systems? Well, Fallout 1 and 2 are great examples to how great a dialogue system can be. In these said games, your character has perks such as intelligence, charisma, strength. You get the idea. These perks affect dialogue in several ways, from whether your character can talk his way out of a situation to whether your character can intimidate his way out of a situation. The ending to Fallout 1 is an absolutely great example of a dialogue system being done well. If you play through the game gathering evidence you can fully talk down and convince the end antagonist into stopping his evil plan just by convincing him using dialogue. At the same time, you still are given the choice to threaten him and then therefore go into combat with him, if you do so please.
Don't think that I can continue to have done the things I have done in the name of progress and healing. It was madness. I can see that now. Madness. Madness? There is no hope. Leave now. Leave while you still have hope.
It's choices like this that make Fallout's dialogue system so well done. But it doesn't stop there, as while in Fallout 1 you can be an asshole, a kind person, or even one who just doesn't care, Fallout 2 gives an even better example of what made Fallout's dialogue system so fun through the perk system I mentioned earlier. Fallout 2 is full of, quite frankly, hilarious dialogue.
I never imagined I would meet an inhabitant of another vault. This Vault 13. Where is it located? That must be your IQ on your jumpsuit, not a vault number.
Now, you must go find Vault 13. Vault 13. Bring the Gek home. Gek. Here is a shiny bottle. Vic gave us this. Vic. He is a trader in Klamath. Klamath. Go to Vic. Find Vault 13. Find Gek. Come home. Do your best, child.
The President of the United fucking States of America. Who do you think I was talking about? Who the fuck? Who is it? What? I should kick your fucking ass. Who is this?
But if you have low enough intelligence, you can end up putting yourself in some absolutely hilarious encounters too. You see, what made Fallout's dialogue in the beginning so good was this wacky side that you could always play around with. And of course, the communication of always being able to be good or be bad, or be an asshole or a saint, made Fallout 1 and 2 feel so deep and personal to the person who was playing them. Fallout 3 was Bethesda's first attempt at a Fallout game, and while the dialogue system they made was not perfect, as it did lack the choice in being able to talk people out of violence, it does do a great job at allowing the player to express themselves once again through being either an angel or an evil asshole. Fallout 3 allows you to be insanely mean, and it works extremely well for the game.
I ain't killed a drifter in weeks. This should be fun. Now let's finish this one. I ain't killed a drifter in weeks. This should be fun.
Nice.
Finally, of course, up to Fallout 4 there is New Vegas, a game that takes the ability to talk your way out of most conflicts from Fallout 1 and lets you do it once again on the same level in New Vegas. A game that takes the perk system from Fallout 2 and creates even funnier dialogue moments in game. A game that makes Fallout 3's abilities to allow the player to be an evil asshole to be as evil as they want, and once again cracks that volume up even more. And then even New Vegas itself allows the player to ask double the amount of questions in dialogue and answer questions in so many different ways through the dialogue that could be rude, kind, avoiding, threatening, or cowardice. Fallout New Vegas' dialogue system is perfect for Fallout.
What the fuck are you doing? My brother died at the Battle of Hoover Dam. You're desecrating a war memorial. Oh, now it's on.
Now that I've talked about what made Fallout 1, 2, 3 and New Vegas' dialogue system so good, I want to tell you why Fallout 4 takes a step in the complete wrong direction. Fallout 4's dialogue system, to put it quite simply, is just straight poo. And all the hard work every other Fallout game does to make a strong dialogue system that is fun to use while also being skill-based is just completely ruined by Fallout 4's insanely mainstream dialogue options. You see, here's our first issue, and that's how mainstream this dialogue system is. As you can see, instead of an interactive text box that we got in every other Fallout game, which allowed us to pick multiple different options and ask many different questions, and have other whole ways to solve different problems with so many different ways to do so. Instead of that, in Fallout 4, we get a 4-way streamline, which works like this. Bottom option, always good. Right option, always negative. Left option, always sarcastic. Top option, always question. Very, very, very few times they will change, but that is very few times, like I said. This system is just terrible, because instead of having an interesting conversation with an NPC, like you did in all the other Fallout games, where you actually had to think about what you were saying before you clicked the button and said it, in this game, 90% of the time, you can spam the bottom option and you're always going to get a good outcome. You don't even need to think about what you're going to say. You want to be an asshole? Press B on Xbox. You want to be a great person? Press X on PlayStation. It is that simple. This, of course, undoes all the hard work that every other Fallout game set out to do in the first place. But of course, it doesn't stop there. having low intelligence and high intelligence or high charisma means nothing anymore, as all the game's speech checks now all work on a chance-based system. So if you fail a speech check, you can just revert back to a quick save and try again. What makes it even worse is you're now able to quick save in dialogue. So if you fuck something up, just reload your last quick save and boom, you're back at your speech check, in which you can just spam it until you get it right. Which means there is literally zero reason to invest in skills to get through speech checks such as charisma or intelligence, because when it works on a chance-based system, why would you when you can just revert and hope you'll get it again? In other Fallout games, you had a set number of charisma points or intelligence points that you had to have to pass a speech check. This system worked very well, because if you didn't have those points, guess what? You weren't making that dialogue option, and then if you did want to revert, you were going to have to grind out to get a high enough level to pass that speech check that you want to pass. And that makes sense to me, but this just completely destroys any reason to invest points into perks to help you in dialogue options. Also, the amount this takes away from funny dialogue in Fallout 4 is ridiculous. The only funny dialogue there is sarcasm, and albeit that is pretty funny, but there's no funny dialogue really through speech checks and passing them or not passing them or failing them. It's just bland. Not to mention, through the dialogue system, there is like no way to truly be evil. You can be an asshole and you can just say twatish things, but you can never be evil. There's never a point you can kill someone just because you want to, or do this just because you want to. You pretty much just have to be kind of an arrogant asshole if you want to play the bad guy. So there's no actual option to be the bad guy. You just are a bit of an asshole or you're a nice guy, and that's all you can do. And it undoes everything every other Fallout game set out to do. And it's as simple as that. In conclusion, Fallout 4's dialogue system is nothing but a sad letdown. A dialogue system that undoes all the hard work of the first game to give the player the true ability to use speech to talk their way out of situations. A game that lacks any of the true charm that Fallout 2's dialogue system had through its perk system. A game that does not let the player be as evil as they want to be, like you can in Fallout 3. And a game that has zero of the polish that New Vegas' dialogue system had. And that is sadly the truth about Fallout 4's dialogue system and why it is so flawed. Thank you guys ever so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate the support. If you like the video, I would ask that you hit the like and subscribe button, and also put the bell notification on so you can be notified when I upload videos. This is a little bit of a shorter video, guys. I do apologize for that. It's also out, well, it's not out late because the other video was out late, but I apologize for the other video being out late. I'm back to like a good uploading schedule now, so there'll be a video 7 days, hopefully, if everything goes well, after this one, which will be more and more long form based. So look forward to that, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you thought of the video and what your favorite Fallout dialogue system is. Thank you all ever so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Stay safe, guys. Take care. Goodbye.